Hello, good morning, and welcome to this Dawn Busters Taste Challenge. Well, yeah, not really, not this time of year, not at this pretend daylight savings time setup, but we're in this pretend daylight savings time setup. But anyway, this is Lismore Speyside single malt Scotch whiskey, 1974 introduction, produced in Scotland for William Lundie and Sons. It's a strange thing. When I first started these Lismore videos, the website said age 6 years. But within the last 3 days, that was stopped. It's no longer shown on the website 6 years. It just says single malt. Is there a connection between me doing the videos and citing the website showing 6 years and that thing getting changed? It's certainly very curious because they would. I wish I could have done a screen capture or something. It was saying age 6 years. The last 2 or 3 videos I've done, it no longer says that. Now I'm not crazy. I knew what I was looking at. Now this one definitely is age 10 years. Ardbeg Islay single malt Scotch whiskey, 10 years old. So this is from the Islay region in the island of Islay. Okay. Now this one was $18.99. This was $44.99. Okay. Is it going to really be $25 better? The answer, yes, I think so. Look, this Lismore is fine. Foil cover, real cork too. It's nice. It tastes good. It's got a little peatiness, like compost pile, no smoke of any sort. Here's the cap. I'm gonna turn the lamp on in a minute, but it makes too much glare if I'm trying to show something. Try that again in a moment. Okay. Ardbeg 10. Foil cap cover, which I dropped somewhere. Don't tell me I'm gonna lose another one. Real cork. Tight as a drum, too. Now let's see. See, both real corks, not rubber, not a twist cap. All right. Maybe you're right, Frank. Maybe you're right. Okay. So what we're going to notice here, I got to write that in my notes. You're going to notice the Ardbeg 10 is very, very pale, like greenish straw, greenish yellow. This one is just amber. It's non-chill filtered natural color. The other one is probably chill filtered and has caramel color added. Okay. There we go. And there we go. Light. Well, where did that cap cover go? Oh, good. Right here. So Ardbeg Distillery. Got my camo pants in case I gotta go hunting all of a sudden. It says Moet, Ardbeg Distillery, Isle of Islay, Argyll, Scotland. Oh, that's right. It's 46% alcohol. Let me change that. Established 1815. Then they went out of business and they got bought out by all kind of different people. Like this distillery. Love this dark olive green label. Yeah, it says right here. Imported by Moet Hennessy, USA. I know they own it because, like it says on the website, it keeps showing Hiram Walker had bought out. Hiram Walker had bought out Ardbeg Distillery, and then I think it said Grand Metropolitan bought out Hiram Walker. Therefore, they bought out Ardbeg. I don't want to trace all that. Whatever happened, it got passed down to Moet Hennessy, traded down. They always trade, and these companies always making deals one to another, buying this, selling that. That's just the way it works. 40% alcohol, 46% alcohol, yeah. I even think William Lundie got bought out, but they're saying William Lundie and Sons Company, but I think it's actually owned by somebody else. But anyway, it doesn't matter. For this video, it does not matter. Okay. Now the thing about the 10 years age, that matters. So that's got me bugged. It's got me feeling weird because, like I say, they're telling me, they're showing on the website for over a week that I had been checking 2 weeks, 3 weeks, because that's right, I did the recorded video a while back, and it's saying age 6 years. And then I checked the website 3 days ago, and it's got no age statement. I don't know. I got a feeling they were watching the videos and they said, whoops, it's not 6 years. Let's drop that. It's very strange. Now, honestly, I didn't even need labels below because one is so pale, you never confuse it with the other. So the labels here are redundant. I don't need them. I'm not going to look at them because it's unnecessary. Once I smell it, I'm going to know which is which. Okay, so this is only it's a challenge in name only. In reality, it is not a challenge at all. That's the Ardbeg 10. Well, you heard me stop. I said I knew it had to be the Lismore, but I said, let me catch myself just in case I've got some strange smell in my nose. I ate those eggs with peppers and onions and the corned beef and the apple actually smoked with red apple cheese. So I could have, but I didn't think it would, but it could have, but it didn't. Okay, so this is obviously the Lismore. Got a little bit of that compost pile. And this is the Ardbeg 10. It's got a lot of smoke. Now you pick up the barley whiskey, because it's only made with barley, single malt, all malt, barley malt, no corn filler, no column still corn spirits, corn whiskey. But it is going to be whiskey after aging 3 years. Corn, what they call it in Scotland, grain whiskey. They make the same stuff in the United States now. It's the same thing, column still corn liquor. But over here, they're allowed to use it unaged. Don't have to, but they're allowed to use it without any aging. It's amazing. I was at a football game yesterday afternoon, and I was looking at the little bar area. There's a company that sells mixed drinks and beer over there, and college football. And I'm looking at their stuff. I went around. I couldn't see it. I went around. It was called something. I can't remember the brand name. Something 5 grain spirits. That's what it said, grain spirits. And they probably use that in some of their. It's like 190 proof. It'll blow up if you get it near a flame. They used to use diesel, but I guess I got a better deal with this lower grade brand. But that's what it is. It's uncut column still grain alcohol, corn specifically. It said corn liquor. Um, it's not corn whiskey because that has to be aged in used barrels or uncharred barrels for a certain amount of time, and it has to be cut down. It can't be 190 proof to be corn whiskey. But the minimum would be 40%. So, these two that I'm dealing with today do not contain any grain spirits. Only, you say, well, barley is a grain. Barley is a grain, but it's malted barley and it's only using that single grain. So they call it single malt, meaning single grain, which is malted barley. Therefore, that's why it's called that. Okay. Taste time. Cheers. Now, which do I prefer, single malt or blended Scotch? I'm not sure. Now, some people would not care about that statement, and other people would be appalled by that statement. Literally, this, I'll never watch your channel again. Because you said you're not sure which you prefer, single malt or blended Scotch. And only a fool would ... They got a lot of fools out there. I mean, they do have a lot of fools out there, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because they like one style of whiskey over another, that makes you a fool. I don't believe so. Might make you a snob if you justify it a certain way. Now, it depends how you justify it, right? See, the reasoning matters. I was thinking about that earlier today. I said, well, it's the reasoning that would be behind this. That would make it so it wouldn't be the choice. It would be the reasoning. I'm talking about a different subject. I don't even remember what the topic was. I just remember that so the conclusion is not going to define it. It's the reasoning for the conclusion. This is like a smoke bomb. Someone set off a smoke bomb in this room, but they didn't. It's just the whiskey. It's Ardbeg 10 years old. It is so smoky. It is. Now, all Islay is not like that. Islay smoky, okay, but it's not this smoky. Now, do they have some that are more profoundly smoky? Oh, I suppose so. Everything got to be extreme. Like, we got to go to the hilt. We have to make it smokier than smoky, more bitter than bitter, more hazy than hazy, if it's a beer or something. So that's fine if you want to pay for that. Look, it usually isn't really that. There's only so much they can do with it. Then it becomes like you're chasing a phantom, a chimera. The Lismore is fine. No knock against it. It just tastes like white bread crust with a little compost pile thrown in. Haha. Does it taste like it's worth about $18.99 or maybe even $23.99? Oh yeah, something about like that. So it's an inexpensive Scotch and it tastes like one. Now, what if I buy the 12-year age or the 15-year age or the 21-year age? Well, you would hope that they'll be a lot more elaborate, and because they're going to be a lot more expensive. That's for sure. So I could check the price, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going to buy Lismore again. Likely will not buy another one again. Nothing against it. It's just there's so many other single malts that I never even bought Glenfiddich yet. So I mean, I got to do the mainstream ones. I'd rather do the mainstream ones, cover all of those, and just be constantly buying these off the wall things that few people have heard of. Although some people have heard of them. There's video reviews for this, and there's not many, but there are some, and a handful of written reviews. So it's known, but not widely known. like I say, I'd rather get some more prominent brands because then people be more interested in it. And I like both, prominent or minor. It doesn't matter. But I like the conversation. People will say, "Oh yeah, I've had Coyilla. That's really something," and Aberfeldy. Oh yeah, I like that. Blah 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 blah, and Lagavulin, and so. Yeah, I like to discuss it. Talking when I do Lismore, I don't get too much feedback because people are like, "What in the world is that?" And you're probably like me. I mean, if I never heard of the product or never tasted it, I'm not gonna watch a video about it. Not, I'm just not. There's a lot of beers I haven't had. Guess what? You know that. And there's a lot of videos I'm not gonna watch. I keep busy enough with the video reviews for the beer, wine, and liquor that I have had. So, but Lismore, is it worthwhile? It's worthwhile. Is it stunning or wonderful or fabulous or amazing? Nah, it ain't none of those. It's just regular old, plain, regular, ordinary. But the good thing, there's no off-putting aromas or flavors with it. It's nothing you taste and say, oh, like, oh, what is that? That's gross. Like that doggone that mezcal that I've got. I don't know how I'm gonna make it through that bottle. That every sip is worse than the previous. That thing is a mess. And I think it's that worm, that caterpillar deteriorating in it. It's just, I don't know. I think I paid $20, over 20 after tax, but I don't know. I'll give it another chance, but what's the enjoyment of tasting something that's stomach turning, just, oh, that's the only liquor I have. The only liquor I have in this whole house, and I got a lot of it. I mean, a lot. If you came here, you'd probably say, brother, you got way too much. You might want to go get some help. Yes, I would like to get some help drinking it, but then it would impinge upon the taste challenges, which I'm not looking to do. I got to drag that out forever. But that's it. That's only one. The only one. I only have one liquor brand that is nasty as nasty can be. And this one is wonderful as wonderful can be. I guess there's more wonderfulness. Arvin says, cheers, Ron. Ardbeg is just amazing wearing a crown. It is. It really is. This is the greatest whiskey I ever bought for $44.99. It's the greatest whiskey I ever bought. But I actually have bought some other ones for that same exact price, $44.99. I don't know why that's a sticking point where they get stuck on that price point. But I mean, to me, it's a lot better than a Johnnie Walker Blue Label, and that had a good. I gave it a 95. Now, I gave that a 95. There's only one little technical problem. The bottle costs $242 after tax. So I'm saying no, no, no. And with this one, I'm saying yes, yes, yes. I paid $200 less, basically. Not quite that much, but basically I paid $200 less. But I'm getting more. I'm getting more. It is better. It is better. Sorry, Johnnie Walker. Don't come at me, bro. I like Johnnie Walker Red Label. I like Johnnie Walker Double Black. I like Johnnie Walker Gold Label Reserve. I like Johnnie Walker. Well, never had the what is it? The Fire and the Ice. Man, I could have got those so cheap. But it's like, nah, they're discontinuing it. Nobody wants to hear about that stuff anymore. I would have liked to try it though, but you know what I'm saying? No, I mean, I like Johnnie Walker, but this kills any of the ones I had. I know that's blended. I know this is single malt. I get it. But I got other single malts that Johnnie Walker is better than. I highly recommend Teachers. Yeah, that's on my to buy list. And Isle of Skye. That's on my maybe to buy list. Blended Scotch. Smoke and pair on a budget. Oh, you meant to write Pete on a budget. Okay. Yes, I definitely intend to buy it. Definitely Teachers. I don't know about Isle of Skye, but definitely Teachers. Simply a matter of time allotment. You understand? Time allocation. There's only so much time. I mean, theoretically I could do a challenge every hour, but then that would kill me. You know, so you just have to be patient. Patience is a virtue. So with these whiskey taste challenges, I have to be virtuous because I mean, I've had days where I did one at dawn and then one in mid morning or late morning, and then I did one in the evening, like 6 o'clock. Oh well, you know, it was like I wasn't really drinking too much the whole day anyhow. And so I, you know, just I had time, so I did it, you know. No big deal. So we had a few differences, you and I. No big deal. You know, so if I was doing it constantly all day and started looking haggard and slurring and out of sorts, like out of my head and all, which I know some people on the internet that are almost every day like that. Well, yeah, that would be a problem. It would be clearly a problem. And I don't want it to be a problem, and it's not going to be a problem. So yeah, well, the champ is still the champ. And it's gonna stay the champ, most likely. Lismore, no, you're not the champ. Ardbeg, 10 years old. That's the champ. If you said to me, now look, of all the blended or single malt Scotch whiskeys you've had, of any Scotch whiskey you've had, and at this point now I've had quite a few, many. I remember the first one I bought, and then I just kept going through it. Of all the ones you had, what would be the one you just gotta have? That's the one I gotta have. You know what I'm saying? The rest I could live without, and it wouldn't be a big deal. But Ardbeg 10, I'd crack up if I didn't have it. I don't guess I really would go crazy, but I feel like I would have to have it. You know, like I gotta have it. And I don't rank beers and all. People always ask me, "What's your top 10 beers?" I tell them I don't know, and then they'll ask me about, well, rank them if your top 10 regular drinking beers, or what are your top 10 IPAs? I was like, I can't think along those lines. I don't know. I'm not a person that does these lists. I mean, yeah, of course, Pliny the Elder is going to be in the top 10. It's probably going to be number one for India Pale Ales. Pliny the Elder. Okay, I get that. Narwhal Stout, Imperial Stout. Narwhal's going to be in there. Old Rasputin's going to be in there. Barrel Age, I don't know about that. Barrel Age, I'm not a thing. I got a problem with barrel aged. I don't think it helps the product. But people say, "Oh, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You are wrong." No, I'm not wrong. Have I tried enough barrel aged beers? Yeah. At this point, I try way too many. But anyway, so yeah. But if it's a Scotch I gotta have, it's gonna always be called Ardbeg 10. Now I got another smoky Scotch coming up tomorrow, only aged 6 years, Finlagan. But it's nice. It's nice. It's smoky, you know, kind of smoky. It'll beat Lismore just because that's a personal preference issue, but it's probably a little bit higher quality too. But yeah, so Lismore, it's fine. Buy it. You'll probably like it. You're not going to be in love with it. Ardbeg, you gotta buy it. You gotta buy it.